Now the one thing I'll say about the Groza, I like it a lot. I'll say that straight off the start. Honestly, I'm excited for the legendary skin that for it. Um, and yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. The irons are really cool, but because like the irons have those things on the side, like I'll show you. Like look at that box off to the right, this one, okay? If you're aiming, like right there, like you can't even see that box at all. And that's a big freaking barrel, right? So sometimes the irons can be restrictive due to that, but I love how they look. Like I wish like if the irons didn't have that crap to the side, they would be one of my favorite irons because I just love that straight line design for your essentially like the reticule. I just think that's really nice. And yeah, but that's the biggest thing about the Groza. I also said this in the last one if you didn't see it. I really, really dislike that you only have 30. It's just not really enough for the Groza. In my opinion, of course. Like it's not good for quad feeds or multis or anything like that. Spawn protection, man, you love it. But yeah, so I just don't think that it's good for quad feeds, you know, you definitely need sleight of hand. I mean, like, right there, you're already, like, half your mag, like, it's like a... So that's my biggest complaint with the Groza. I really hope that they add, like, an extendo to some extent, even just, like, a 45 or a 40. I just don't... I'm not even sure, though. I'm gonna check after I die next, just to make sure that I'm not talking crap about something that's actually in the game. These guys will probably push. No? I love getting 150 assists. But yeah, I'll check it after this game. Or sorry, this life ammo. Okay, so it actually does have a 45er. Now that's interesting, now that I checked that. Okay. See, that's why I always check. But let's check 89 mobility though, and I don't like how that looks. Yeah. It is what it is, I guess, you know? Oh, and that's my setup, by the way. I just don't think it's worth the drum mag with that, because, like, 89 mobility, and then you have that ridiculously longer reload time. But I really don't think that 30 is really enough for it. So I'm not totally sure. I mean, I could probably, like, raise my mobility in other ways if I did put the 45er on there. I just can't be bothered right now to like check out a new setup or something, but I'm just trying to think like if you could make the 45 work, still keep the mobility, and not just have ridiculous recoil, because like even with this setup, like look at that, that's not controlling it. So I feel like if I did put the Sorry. I feel like if I did put the, you know, drum mag and the mobility attachments on there, that the recoil would just be almost, the weapon would probably almost be a bit useless and crazy hard to control. Because I really like how this setup works and the usability and the recoil and all that. I literally, the only complaint about it, like I said, is just the 30 mag. And maybe the irons, because like I said, I showed you before, the irons can be restrictive at times, especially if there's more than one person around. Guys, one tap. I was actually itching my face there. I got lucky that I didn't die, because my hands were off the keyboard. My nose always itches lately, like, you know, it's like dry and all that kind of stuff. Now that it's like super hot in summer and everything, and you know, sunlight. I play too many games, and I guess my skin just isn't used to the sun. So my nose itches sometimes periodically a lot, and just gets dry. Also the fact that I sneezed, you know. But yeah, so overall it's a really good weapon. I like it a lot. I think it's definitely better than the last video that I made, which was, I don't know what series that these will actually get posted in and stuff, but the last one that I uploaded was the R36, aka the G36. So I definitely like it better than the G36 by far. I would actually say that the Groza is probably one of the better ones in the game right now. When I get the legendary, I'll actually eliminate that problem entirely with that iron sight. I'm very confused how I didn't get anybody there. There's just a lot of people running around and I somehow didn't. That should have been like a free quad feed, honestly, but somehow I just threw so hard. Not that I care anymore, really. I really don't like much. I just play for fun entirely. I used to like kind of care about quad feeds for the video's sake, but now I don't even want to do that. Like, you know, I never really try. What's my KD by the way? Okay, so yeah, we're at a 3 KD. If you can tell by my voice, like I'm just completely chill. I'm just like not even trying at all. So yeah, it's like, it is what it is. I did try though a couple times off video and everything, because usually I only get around like 50 to 60 eliminations on video typically max. Like for me, like 50 or 60 is considered good. Or like high, if you will. And when I was off video, I was like, okay, let's just try and go for high elimination games. And the very first one I did, I got 83 eliminations at the end of the match anyway. I know that this game also like counts assists and stuff, so like I didn't actually get a full 83, but I had gotten 83 by the end of the match. The very first game that I actually tried a little bit. So I definitely someday might try and go for at least 100 on just for the video's sake. If I care enough to actually get around and trying that, or try harding a little bit to try and get myself to the 100. I definitely wouldn't go for it now because, like I said in the last one, I've been just mostly playing other games a lot, like Apex Legends and everything else. And my sensitivity on every game is literally different for every single game. Even every single Roblox game that I play, my sensitivity is never really the same. I don't really have any settings. I always just go by like whatever the game is, and I just go real quick. I don't sit around and screw around with my sensitivity or anything. I mostly just play the game and I'm like, okay, this sensitivity feels okay for me, and I'll just get right into the game. And I always end up doing really good. I feel like if I took more time and, you know, tried to match all my sensitivities and keep it even around it, obviously I'd probably be better all around the board, but I just adjust really fast. My brain picks up very quickly on different sensitivities and what I need to do to control this and that with my, you know, and how far I need to move my arms or my hand to, you know what I mean? So try that again. Hang on here. Okay, not bad. I don't know if you can super jump that box anyway. But the game's almost over. We're at 27 eliminations. I mean, it's confirmed, so like it's not. These are usually potentially high elimination games, but not usually. I think you can super jump these. My FPS is probably just really low. Honestly, like I'm probably only at like 60 right now. It feels super low. Yeah, so we're only at like 60 frames, 70. So that, I mean, it's like, that's probably why I can't super jump. Mostly because I have other stuff in the background running, so yeah. But 2.15 KD, you know, whatever, I guess. 2813. It's the Groza. We're gonna get this Damascus Gold, I believe, next. So whenever we get Damascus Gold on this and gold with the legendary skin, I'll show off all those. But yeah, pretty much it.